What is up guys, welcome back to the Figure Hideout. Do you still remember the summer dominated by the 3 magic words? Well, the bad boy in the red suit is back. Today we are checking out the battling version of Deadpool. A few months ago, Ryan Reynolds himself gave us a little teaser of this figure in a video, and many people speculated whether it would be an exclusive figure just for him. And then, since Hot Toys dropped the official photos a few days ago, that mystery has finally been resolved. The main highlights of this version, aside from the heavy weathering all over the suit, are the long-awaited avocado head sculpts. Yes, plural. We finally got them, and we got 2 of them at once. Like the standard version, this one also comes in an early limited batch in Asia. 300 pieces released in Hong Kong starting on the 28th, and 450 pieces scheduled to hit mainland China sometime in April. As for now, there's no link to this on Sideshow, so Western collectors will have to wait a bit longer. Starting with the packaging, is the same color and style as the clean version. Black and red, with a few claw scratch marks made in transparent plastic. Since this one is called the battling version, the box art features a more serious pose of Deadpool. He's pulling out both katanas. And also the box is a bit larger than the other one because there's a tall backdrop. Inside the box, the top tray holds the hands and weapons. And under that are the figure, head sculpt, diorama base, and those Wolverine remains. As for the figure itself, the body shape, dimension, and structure are exactly same as the clean version, so head sculpts, eye parts, and other accessories are fully interchangeable. If you don't have the clean version, I recommend checking out my earlier video where I did a in-depth review explaining the changes in body and suit materials compared to previous releases. One small tweak is that this figure uses clear peg at the ankle joints. I have seen some people got broken ankles on the clean version, so I was hoping this change is made to solve that problem, but I can't really tell if this is any stronger or more solid in terms of the plastic they used. The battle damage design on the suit is likely based on the aftermath of Deadpool's 2 major fights with Wolverine. You can see puncture wounds on the legs and forearms, and some of these holes are very small, and they are really nicely made. The side of this default head sculpt has 3 scratch marks as part of the paintwork. They are not sculpted, just painted. But I really wish they were 3-dimensional. That way they would feel more like real damages. And these marks extend all the way to the eye area. The dirt and weathering effects on the suits are very intense. I would say it's much better than Hot Toys' usual weatherings. The overall color tone of the suit is much darker than the regular version, giving it that signature dirty red look. It's very similar to the first 2 versions. And we got a lot of black and earthy brown paint mixture over the suit, and areas like the elbows and torso even have a smoky, scorched look. These effects cover over 99% of the figure, including the straps, holsters, and baby knife sheath. It really gives off the vibe of a hand repainted costume figure. Additional touches include wide faded effects added to the knee pads, gloves, and soles of the boots. Now, about the eyes. While the official image didn't show this, the figure actually comes with a surprised expression by default, with a set of serious eyes as additional. Other than the 3 scratch marks on the left eye, the paint and detailing are basically the same as the clean version, so swapping them out won't look weird at all. The hands are the same set as before, gripping hands as default, plus a pair of hands for this heart shape, a pair of open palms, a pair for holding the guns, 2 pointing hands, 1 thumb up, and 1 OK sign. The weapons include 2 standard black pistols. If you want those golden desert eagles, you will need to buy the special edition of the clean version or the upcoming Nicepool. The pistols are still functional with removable magazines. They also have a logo and printed text on the bottom and the muzzle. The katanas and the baby knife haven't changed either, but the sheath now match the battle damage look of the figure. And the katanas themselves have nothing new. Now let's talk about the real stars of the show, the two new head sculpts. The first one is the half unmasked look. This look didn't appear in this movie, but Hot Toys seems to have based it on the scene in Deadpool 2, where he's in his nothing matters anymore phase. The paintwork is noticeably cleaner than the default head, no damage or scarring at all. The eyes on this one are fixed and cannot be swapped out, and the rolled up mask edge has extra black paint and shading, looks pretty good. The face part is a separate sculpted piece. The avocado head looks pretty solid overall, although it's heavily make-upped, but you can still easily tell that's Ryan Reynolds. The scars on the scalp and face are sculpted bumpy textures. Touching it really gives you that weird feeling. If you have trypophobia, you want to prepare yourself. And the expression is neutral, neither goofy nor overly serious. But I do notice, compared to the official images, the final production lacks some of that fine detail. In the promo shots, the wrinkles and folds around the mouth and nose really popped, so sharp in details. But those are much softer here in hand. The skin just looks too smooth to me. Also because the head is bald and lacks color contrast. If you are going to take photos for this head, a good lighting angle is essential to make the bumpy skin looks more defined. The half unmasked head uses the same mold but has slightly better paint detailing on the jaw. And the neck is pretty much the same thing. The rolling eyes for the avocado head are adjusted from underneath. Next up is the set of Wolverine's remains. 2 short bones, 2 femurs, and a skull attached to a spine. All parts are painted silver metallic with a slight sheen, and topped off with a layer of decayed, rotten color. One thing that I really like is the tendons are made with wires. They are bendable and very flexible and strong enough to hold in different poses. Perfect for dynamic posing. Just be careful at base where it connects to the bone. They are glued, so when you bend them, make sure you are not bending here. The look of the skull changed in the movie. It started with some skin on the face and one eye, and eventually down to bare bone. The toy gives us a middle ground. There's still an eye, but with just a little bit of skin left. The lower jaw is articulated. It can open and close. The hair is sculpted soft rubber, although I really wish that Hot Toys could use real hair here for a better realism. And the skull is connected to a ball joint right here. There's even a bit of soft tissue remains sculpted around the spine for added detail. The spine can also be bent. The claws are divided into 2 parts, forearm section and hands. I originally thought that Deadpool tied them on with rope, but judging from the toy, it seems to be tendons as well. Yep, gotta be creative, right? The hands have palm skeletons on top, and the 3 claws are separate pieces. They are still made in plastic, and the thin tendons right here are molded as one with the hands. For installation, it's better to remove this ring first. It will be too tight if you don't. The diorama base is a new snowy piece of ground, with 2 big blood splatters on top. The base is flatter and larger than the clean versions, making it easier for standing. The underside, however, is still open and unclosed. On the back, there's a slot for the backdrop. This one is the TVA time travel portal. It's made of a thick orange frosted acrylic, which feels much better than the clear plastic pieces from the Loki series. The base also has a light up function. It still requires a C-type cable. And here is how it looks with the light on. I would say it looks pretty decent, but like the lightsabers, the brightness is stronger and brighter at the bottom right here. We also get two tree branches, one long and one short. Besides all the woody color, there's also a nice looking snow effect on top. The short one can be fixed into this slot, and the long one can be placed freely anywhere you want. Articulation remains the same, so feel free to check out my earlier review for details. Overall, some people might see this version as a kick in the butt release for those who already got the clean version, but I actually think the two versions complement each other well. There's no major overlap in accessories. Golden pistols, the new head sculpts, and the Wolverine parts are actually given out reversely, and visually they represent two very different looks from the film. If you prefer the Ryan Reynolds look, go for this one. If you are more into comedic expression and funny look, go for the clean one. And if you have both, you basically have the complete ultimate package. About the overall quality, the only thing that could really be improved is the skin texture on the avocado head like I mentioned. If that got a bit more love, this figure would be just about perfect. Alright, there you have it, the battling version of Deadpool made by Hot Toys. I hope you all have enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Remember, play with a style. I'll see you guys in the next one.